A very good night, brother. You know the state of emergency is on and we have curfew. And since that has been happening, it sort of have a negative effect on the function, especially the youths practicing in the panyard. Since the state of emergency has been declared, youths hardly come out to practice. And some of them live a reasonable distance, so I guess the parents have some concern with their being away from home, especially during the curfew times. You know, so we have some difficulties. But I don't know, well, the steel band thing is a real struggle. Yes, this has always been a struggle for me in morning time. And this 2011 now, steel band is over 75 years old in this country. And we still seem to be going through the same problem. Just Monday night I was still at home and hearing them talking on the radio. I heard the chairman of the Eastern Region, Vernon Moranzi, was on the radio speaking about a situation that took me aback, and I was kind of depressed a bit because he spoke about it. Then I saw a little article on the papers in the next day, and I'm not hearing anything about the National Instrument Steel Band, Arima Golden Symphony, 3 years small band Panama winner, has been evicted from wherever they practice in the Arima on the priority bus route, at the end of the priority bus route. Somebody, PTSC, I understand, evicted them. But somebody chose to throw the pans all over the place, and I was a bit depressed because I studied and I said, boy, look at this thing, boy, after all these years. And I studied, but if this happened to us, boy, where's the position, boy? Somebody dead, somebody will make a jail. This is trouble. I said, look, don't even go to this school, don't think about that. You know? And I heard him mention that the arranger was outside stranded in the airport trying to get a flight back. You know, and I was wondering, you know, his condition, the state of mind he was in hearing this. You know, when I look at the contribution that steel band has been making to the social fabric of the society, and it's mind-boggling how the powers that be don't understand the role that the steel band play in this community. You see, as we speak now, a young man walk in the yard and he gone behind a pan and he start to do a thing. You know? That's to tell you how the yard does be, where the young people could walk off the street and come in the pan yard and do a thing. That's to show the importance of the steel band in the community. You know? And for the past 75 years, all those who have gone before, the pioneers, have been struggling. We come and meet it. We meet them struggling. We took up the struggle, and we thought we was making some strides, but we realized that the struggle continues, and this is a problem. You know, somehow the powers that be don't understand the role that the steel band is playing and could be playing in the community. It is more recognized outside, in America, in England. You know, I remember when Terra sing "I Can't Hear Me Ears" in England. Everybody want to learn to beat pan, or they want to organize a police steel band in Britain. That is how many years, Ray? I don't remember. But it's years. I was much younger. I was in teenage.
That was since 1966 when he had just come back.
You see what I mean? Yeah. And today, nearly all the schools in England, universities, have steel bands. In America, nearly all the universities have steel bands. But in Trinidad, we have a problem. We're under pressure. Many of the pan sites here have a problem for panyard, you know, tenure, security. In 2011, the national instrument, you know, the government, some government declared the national instrument, but we knew from the inception that this was the national instrument. Hence the reason so much energy went into the thing, you know. Because we've been struggling with this thing all the time, putting heart and soul. Men went to jail, men lost their family, men lost their life to preserve this thing. And to say that after all that struggle, in this day and age, we're still going through the same thing. I don't know what's happening. We're under pressure, we're under stress. Somebody is trying to belittle our integrity, to diminish the kind of contribution that steel band making, to make it null and void. I don't know why, but that's what I'm feeling. You know, that somebody in authority is trying to water down the steel band contribution, and it can create a problem, a greater problem, because those who have sacrificed and still around is not going to sit down and take that, right? Years ago, I spoke to a particular prime minister, years ago, and telling him about the crime situation that was developing in the country and the role that the steel band could play, you know, in stabilizing, harnessing, putting a grip on that same delinquency that developing among the youths. The steel band facilities to this day is the most underutilized facilities in the whole country. And after recognizing that, I went to the gentleman and tell him that, I said, we have a problem developing in the communities with these delinquent youths and this, that. But I think that we could harness that. We have the tool, you know. And if you could get some of your people, retirees from Petrotrain and T and Tech and to so a number of other places, to make an intervention, come out and let us get together the steel band movement to develop all the artisan craft related to the steel band, you know, and get across to these youths and get them to come in the yard to learn things like, besides playing the pan and the music, fabricating, welding, screen printing, a number of things. You know, today is computerized, you know, so you could do the music on the computers and all that. And that goodly gentleman tell me, "Sir Scobie, you don't read the papers. You don't see the amount of courses I'm running here and there." And that caused to tell the man, I said, boy, I said, the amount of stupidity you tell me. In fact, I talk to him like that because we have a relationship privately. Public this boss, but privately we just deal a particular kind of way. I said, you're telling me stupidness, man. I said, you're talking about programs for people who leave school with 3 and 4 passes, and every day they're going through the papers, the classified area, looking for opportunities. I'm speaking to you about young men who leave school before they even enter, and anything they hear about, the show is not for them. So you need people to go and speak with them and convince them, and you need people to be there ready to take them in and teach them a trade, you know. And I thought that this gentleman, being the top dog in the land, was going to grab that idea. Up to this day, the steel band yards are the most underutilized premises we have in this country. Because let's say, all right, you have a top functioning steel band. Let's take the Despas or the Phase 2 and all this. They have a heightened season, Christmas to Carnival, where you find activities on a daily basis. Outside of that, how much night they practice? 2 or 3 nights a week. Whole day the yard is empty, no activities. Across the country you find that, right? We try to develop a thing here, but due to financial resources and lack of whatever support, we find it problematic. But I am saying that the steel band yards could be utilized as a school. Imagine years after I mentioned this thing, I heard the late Lloyd Best, God rest his soul, mention somewhere in La Jolla in some program there. He mentioned it's not pan in school, but school in pan, and everybody clap and they say Ray, and they make a hell of a baloo about it, you know. But although he said that long after I've been propagating to get the steel band yards active in the communities, up to this day they still do not know Lloyd Best, you know. Not pan in school, but school in pan. We need to have schools in the pan yards on a daily basis. We lost must be 3 generations between 1970 and now. And it's still not too late to, you know, to harness some of the youth that coming up before they go down this way, right? This is a vision we had since the 1970s. In the 1970s, after Southern Marine went defunct for a while, I get together some guys and we brought people's music, Marbler people's music. And this was part of the vision. We had a new vision. We had a new scope for the steel band. We start off with a management committee. We say this captain thing, one man controller. No, let's have a management committee. We have a captain who will be a member of the committee, but the committee will be running things. And part of the vision was to have welding and sewing and, you know, all these different things. Even have that was 1970, so you find that the Black Power thing was talking about having exchanges with different African countries, Nigeria. This thing never materialized because lack of finances and, you know, no support from the powers that be. And to this day, the thing is still there and left to who could make it, and who can't make it fall by the wayside. Steel band in Trinidad, the national instrument, is still a carnival thing. There's very few bands who does have the little thing out there, the toying. You could count the bands that toying on one hand. Really? If it's 5, we have plenty. Out of the hundreds of bands we have here. As a matter of fact, my good friend who had power at one time was trying to mash up steel bands because in meeting with him at a particular time, he found he had too much steel bands in the country. And we shouldn't be forming no new bands. And this was part of his sentiment. This is sentiment. I said, this man is a madman. Because they were developing communities, different areas of Trinidad and Tobago. If you understand what I'm saying, developing new communities. So you find that steel band men from this community was transformed and placed in another community. Of course, the nicest thing and the best thing for them to do is to form a steel band in the area instead of having to travel miles to where they used to live. So they would have this passion and want to form a steel band in the area. But we find that we was having too much steel band. In the land of steel band, the Mecca, the home of handboy. To this day, my brother, to this very day, as we speak now, we now forming a tuners guild. Getting off the ground. Getting the tuners organized so that they could get the kind of recognition and the kind of benefits that, you know, they deserve. Nobody talks about the tuners, and without the tuners there will be no instrument. You understand? You have the players, you have the arrangers, the flag wavers. Nobody talks about the tuners. So the tuners with the